Number 5 at the Alpine, 530 yards, straight uphill, probably plays more like 560. It seems like it's a very simple hole to be able to hit out in the fairway, and you'd think you'd have a short club in or a shorter club in, but it doesn't play quite as short as it seems, and it's kind of a difficult shot heading up into the green. You can kind of run it up, but it is also it's a blind shot up into the green. So if you get it kind of rolling one way, it can kind of come off the front. You can roll it off the back and have a difficult up and down. As far as off the tee, you got to be a little bit straight. There's some heather on the right that you could kind of creep into, and there's a tree on the left that you might be able to get stuck behind and might interfere with your swing. So being able to have a good tee shot in the fairway, and then just commit to your shot up the hill and trying to hit a good shot and have a putt for eagle or get an easy birdie.
What's the green like?
The green's it's a fairly large green, but it slopes back to front and right to left. You generally want to be short and left of the hole if you can, which can be very difficult. Normally on the last day they kind of tuck it over on the left side, so you definitely got to be careful in reading that green where the slopes are, and you don't want to be above it. Yeah, number 12 at the Alpine, 517 yards, dogleg left. Tee shot's a little bit downhill, and for some of the bigger hitters, you're able to kind of cut off a little bit more distance going over the trees on the left. So it is, it's a little bit of a risk reward. If you try to go over the trees and maybe you pull it a little bit, you could be caught up in the trees on the left, and you could be kicking yourself, not being able to get to the green in 2. Probably gonna have to wedge out and try to hit a wedge close and be able to make birdie that way. But if you're able to put it in the fairway, most people have an iron into the green, into a raised green. Got to avoid the 2 fairway bunkers there, and then try to roll in your putt. It's green slope back to front as well. It's a fairly large green. I remember they had kind of a front right pin that can be pretty difficult to get to with a long iron in. So some guys will look to try to take advantage with their length and cut over the trees and have a shorter shot in. So 18th hole at the Alpine course, it's an awesome ending hole, par 5, a little bit risk reward in it. Tee shot's a little bit downhill. You got to hit the fairway if you want to go for it in 2 though. Last year when I played, I kind of always had between 230 and 245 depending on the angle that I landed in the fairway and how well I hit it. Pond right in front of the green that you got to be able to clear. Especially on the last day, they tucked it right in the front, and all forced carry. And you can't really stay short of the hole. So difficult shot in, and usually you kind of have a long club unless you're a really long hitter. You might be able to get an iron in, but I had a 5-wood into it last year, and around the green it's not too tricky. It's kind of all sloping towards the front. Don't really want to short side yourself, but for me last year I was fortunate to be able to. I actually hit a bad second shot in. I kind of missed, went a little wayward to the right, but I was able to hit a nice flop shot down to about 8-10 feet and be able to pour that in to force the playoff. So.